Hi dear students, today we are going to discuss about the very first poem of SSLC class, that's Grandma Climbs Tree, written by Ruskin Bond, who is the great poet, great author. He was born in 1934 and his first novel was The Room on the Roof. The Room on the Roof. Do you know he was written more than 30 books for the children when he was 17 years old. It's amazing. And through this poem, from this poem, he described about his grandmother. He described to love for his grandmother. And he told about his grandmother, his love for grandmother, and her hobbies, her habit. So let's begin. The first stanza is my grandmother was genius. Would you like to know why? Ruskin Bond, the poet, says, my grandmother was genius. My grandmother was genius. She is a different kind of woman. She has a special thing. She has a special gift. Do you know why? He asked the question. Do you know why? Do you have a like to why my grandmother is genius? Because she could climb trees spreading or high. He told about his grandmother, she is genius. Do you know why? She could climb trees. My grandmother, she could climb trees spreading or high. Spreading means spreading widely. Spreading widely. She can climb like those trees also, and she can climb high, very tall trees also. Spreading, for example, spreading mango tree. It's spreading. And high like coconut trees. She can climb whatever trees, no matter that is high or spreading. She could climb very easily. That's why she is very genius woman. She would be up their branches in trees. She would be up their branches in trees. She can climb the tree very quickly. Tries means very quickly. Very quickly she can climb the trees. And mind you, when she last climbed tree, she was 62. And mind you, remember you, do you know when she climbed this tree last time? When she was 62 years old. This is the amazing. She become very old, grown up woman, very old woman. 62 years old means she aged woman. She has not ability and power, strength to climb the tree, but she could climb. She could climb the tree. In that, even in that age also. Ever since childhood, she would have this kept. Ever since childhood, when she was little girl, that time she learned to climbing tree. From that time, she used to climb the trees for being happier in a tree than a lift. She loves very much to live on the tree than lift. Means she loves very much to climb the tree more than lift, more than going to lift. Do you know lift? It can take to you up and down to the rooms, and she loves climbing tree more than being lift. And though as years went by, she would be told that climbing trees should stop when one grew old, and the growing old should be gone about gracefully. And though as years went by means after some years, when she grew grown, when she become old aged, that time some people means relatives, neighbors, friends, everyone told her you should stop climbing trees because this is a childish habit. When we are child, when we are small boys, small children, that time we can climb the tree and come down the tree. That's a good for that age. But this age is not good for that. This age is not good for climbing trees. This is not graceful. Graceful means Not graceful means respect. This is not graceful to climb the trees when we are grown up, when we are old. Someone told her, should be gone about gracefully. She would laugh and say, well, I shall grow disgracefully. When she heard them, and she replied, laughed and said, well, I shall grow disgracefully. I shall grow disgracefully. You can talk about me, you can say anything, you can talk about me, good words or bad words. No matter. I don't listen anything you. And she told, I can grow disgracefully. I can grow disrespectfully. But this is my hobby, this is my habit. I must not stop it. I climb the tree. Means she didn't care them. She didn't listen them. She refused them. I can do it better. I can do it better. But I couldn't stop. I can't stop to climbing trees. And we had agreed, for in that garden there wasn't a tree. And we had agreed. We means the Ruskin Bond, who is the poet, author, and his family agreed that. And after, for in all the garden there wasn't tree. That time there wasn't any trees in the garden. That's a good thing for them. She hadn't been up at one time or another, having learned to climb from a loving brother when she was 6. And she learned this climbing tree from her loving brother when she was 6. When she was 6 years old, she learned these things to climbing tree from her brother. We can learn something from our siblings, friends, brothers, cousins. For example, we learn swimming from friends and brothers. We learn riding bicycle from friends and brothers. Like that, she learned this climbing tree from her brother when she was 6 years old. But it was feared by all that one day she would have a terrible fall. The outcome was different. While we were in town, she climbed a tree and couldn't come down. But it was feared by all that one day she would have a terrible fall. But one thing, feared thing, that is, we were expected that one day she can terrible fall. If she fall, that become very bad. We thought, but she didn't fall. The outcome is different. What was that? The outcome was different. While we were in town, she climbed a tree and couldn't come down. This is happened different. One day, when we are in town, she climbed the tree. Who climbed? Grandmother climbed the tree. But she couldn't come down. She couldn't come down from the tree because she has lost her tennis. Means she was become very weak. She haven't ability to couldn't come down, climb down from the tree. She got up, but she hadn't. She was become very weak to come down from the tree. She sat on the tree. After the rescue, the doctor took Granny's temperature and said, I strongly recommend you quite weak in bed. After rescue means when she climbed the tree, when she couldn't come down, that time someone rescued her. Rescued her means they rescued from the tree with helped her. They helped her, and after the doctor took Granny's temperature and said, after when we taken to her home, doctor came and checked her temperature. Temperature means doctor checked her fever, about the fever, everything, and doctor told you must keep quiet in a week on bed. Means you take rest 1 week on bed. You must not come out from the bed. You must not come out from the room. Doctor commanded to grandmother. I strongly recommend quite weak in a bed. We sighed with relief and tucked her up well. We sighed in relief and tucked her up well. Who sighed in relief? Ruskin Bond and his family, because she was always going out and climbing trees. That was very feared by them, feared to this family, Ruskin Bond's family, because where something happened, and that is not a respectful thing, not gracefully one aged woman going and climbing trees. That's why they become very relieved because she take a rest in a room. She couldn't go out and climb a tree. That was very happiest thing for them. They sighed means relieved with relief and tucked her up well. Tucked her up well. The room is protect her from climbing trees. Poor granny. For her, it was like a brief season in hell. Poor granny. Poor granny means it's a sympathy on granny. They are showing sympathy on granny. They are showing concern on granny because she always climbed tree. She always roaming outside in the nature, but she confined in her bedroom. Confined means it's looking like prison. She confined in her room. It is a brief season in hell. It's brief season means brief means very short time for her health. Very short time she suffered from going outside. She suffered to living in one place for a long time. It is very brief time. Brief season means brief times, very short time. Confined to her bedroom while every beach whispered and summer and dancing leaves. It is looking like confined her in bedroom. Confined her bedroom means she stuck into the bedroom. She stuck. It is looking like her prison like a jail. She always walking in wind, in breezing, looking at the trees, climbing trees, but it is looking like a prison. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. But she keep quiet for some time. She patiently wait for when up to she become stronger. When she becomes stronger, she lost her patience. Then she sat up and said, Then she sat up and said, I shall lie here no longer. When she become stronger, she told that I shall no live longer here. I shall not live here. I must go out from the bed. I must go out from the room. I can't have a patience to live here. When she becomes stronger, that time she expressed her desire. And she called for my father and told him, undaunted, that a house in a treetop was she wanted now. And then she called my father, whose father, Ruskin Bond's father, she called and told her desire. What her desire was? She wanted a building, she wanted a house on treetop. Where she wanted a house? She wanted a house on treetop. She told his son, I want a house immediately on treetop. She told. Undaunted means without any hesitation, without any fear. She told that a house in a treetop was she wanted. She what no wanted. My dad knew his duties. He said, "That's all right. You will have that what you want, dear." Then when my grandmother told her desire to my father, he also accepted. He told that, "Okay, dear, I shall build and give you a home on tree top. I shall work tonight. I shall start my work tonight. So, building your house on treetop, I shall work my work. I shall start my work tonight for you. Don't worry," he told his mother. With my expert assistance, he soon finished the core. With my expert assistance, Ruskin Bond and his father and everyone together completed the work. He soon finished the Chore means work. Chore means work and task. Which work is building a house on tree top. Father and he and his assistants, everyone together, they very soon completed the chore, completed the task, completed the work to build a home on a tree top. Made her tree house with windows and door. Do you know how did they build a house? And they made windows and door also to that house. So Granny moved up, and now every day I climb to her room with glass and tray. So when the work is finished, when the chore is finished, when the task is finished, when the house is made by his father on the treetop, Granny moved there. Granny went to their house, and then Ruskin Bond. I mean here, Ruskin Bond went to Granny's room with glass and tray. Glass and tray. Uh, she sits there in state and drinks sherry with me, upholding her right to reside in her tray. Ruskin Bond took a tray and glass. Do you know what is in the glass? Sherry. Sherry means a kind of wine. He took the wine and tray and went to grandmother's house, and both are sitting and they used to drink that sherry, upholding her right to reside in the tree, upholding her right. Her right, that was her right, that was her ambition, that was her desire to wanted a tree on the top of the tree. She wanted a house on tree top. That was her right. Her right also, her desire also fulfilled. Finally, Ruskin Bond also moved to her home with the sherry, and both are sitting in the home, the treetop home. They used to drink sherry. So this poem is expression by the Ruskin Bond to love about her grandmother. Grandmother is very loving to climb tree. So that's all. This is the poem. So I hope you have understood this poem and you can able to answer all the questions. Thank you very much.